How to stop people pleasing. It's literally just that. Just stop. Stop doing things to please other people. And you're thinking, but see, how do I stop? It's by saying no to them and saying yes to yourself. If, say, for example, right, you've been invited by a friend to go somewhere and you know that by going to this event is going to put you at an inconvenience. Maybe it's going to mess with your pockets a little bit. Maybe, it's going to mess up with your schedule because you've got to wake up early in the morning, or maybe you're just tired and you're not able to do it. By saying yes to going, you're saying no to yourself. You're saying no to having more money in your pocket because you're going to end up going to spend it. You're saying no to your rest because you're going to end up going and coming back being tired. And the thing about people pleasing is it's never enough. They're never going to be pleased. They're never going to be pleased. Like, they're never going to be pleased. And you're always doing and you're doing and you're doing and you're thinking there's going to be a time where you're going to get some sort of well done, or there's going to be a time where you're going to feel like, yeah, I did that. The thing with people pleasing, you're going to keep feeling like you have to do it. So you also have to deal with the root cause. What causes for you to have to please other people? Is it because you had a childhood where you were never listened to, where you were maybe abandoned, where maybe you weren't treated in the best way? Now you feel like you have to buy love, that you have to compensate, that you have to do all of these extra stuff in order for someone to love you. Let me tell you something, yeah? I've experienced abandonment. I've experienced family alienment, where literally people in my family didn't want to talk to me, and they treated me like I meant nothing to them. And because of that, I became a people pleaser, like wanting to overly compensate because I felt like I wasn't enough. Do you feel like you're not enough? Is that why you're constantly feeling like you have to do things to please people? Listen, these people will never be fulfilled. These people will never be fulfilled. And you will never be fulfilled by continuing to please them. What will bring fulfillment is when you start to do things that pleases you. When you start to doing things that puts you at ease mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. You have to pour into your own cup before you can pour into somebody else's cup. Because you're pouring and you're pouring and you're pouring and you're giving to these people, but you're being left empty. What message are you sending to yourself? What message are you sending to your neuron system? What message are you sending to your soul, your spirit, your mind? By you constantly doing things, constantly going out of your way for others. And a lot of the times when we're constantly going over and above for others, a lot of the times these people don't even care. These people don't care. A lot of the times, I'm not saying it's everyone, but you've got people who really don't care. If you continue to give, the more you continue to give, the more they're going to be like, yeah, gimme. In fact, you're giving me a hand, give me a whole arm. So you need to sit down and you need to reflect as to why. What causes you to want to please others in the way that you do? Because there's a difference between being nice. There's a difference between doing a simple favor and you constantly feeling like you need to compensate, you need to overcompensate, you need to continue to do in order for people to like you. Do you like yourself? Do you like yourself? You've got to ask yourself. Listen, I had to ask myself, do I like myself? Hold on, do I love myself? Then if I love myself, then why do I keep putting myself out of pocket for these people? Why am I constantly being at a deficit for these people? You need to go back into the drawing board, sit down with yourself, because you're the CEO of your life. You are the CEO of your life. You need to sit down and really think about how you're running your life, aka your company, aka your business. You need to think about it. How are you governing your life? And what governs your life? Is it you? Are you the boss? Or is it other people who come and boss you about? Do this for me, carry this for me, take this for me. Can you just... They will never stop asking. So you need to learn to say no. You need to learn to say, actually, not now. Or actually, because I'm not saying don't help at all, but not at the expense of your mental health. Not at the expense of your well-being. Not at the expense of your time, your energy, your finances. You need to really sit down and really think and say, actually, can I do this favor that this individual is asking of me right now? I'm not able to. All right. Then you go and you say, actually, I'm not able to do it. Even if you said yes, even if you know, if you've already said yes and you're like, oh damn, I've already said yes, it's not too late. Sit down, reevaluate, really think. By saying yes to this person, am I saying no to myself? By saying yes to this person, am I putting myself at inconvenience? If the answer is yes, you have to go back to that person and tell them, listen, I can't do this again. I can't do this for you. You need to become more and more comfortable with letting people down. And that's a muscle that you have to build. Because a lot of us, our parents, our the people around us, our friends, they've always treated us a certain way when we did things that pleased them, which then triggered the dopamine within us that makes us feel good when we do for others. Because when you do things that they don't approve on, they treat you a certain way, which makes you feel bad. But when you do things that they're happy with, they treat you an extra way. You get the well dones, you get the, yeah, that's my boy, that's my girl. And then you feel like, yeah, so let me keep doing that so I can keep getting that dopamine feeling, so I can keep getting that well dones. Fuck their well dones. Start giving yourself the well dones. Start saying to yourself, I've done well today. Start speaking life. Start saying to yourself, I have come a long way. I am not yet where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. You've got to speak life. You've got to affirm. You've got to say to yourself, I'm one step closer to where I want to be. Even if you make a mistake, even if you did it again, it's a journey. You're not going to stop being a people pleaser overnight. And best believe, once you find your value, once you find yourself, you now start to say no. You now don't want to be a people pleaser anymore. You're going to notice they're now going to start to treat you bad. They're now going to be disappointed in you. They're now going to start saying, I don't know what he thinks he's doing. I don't know what she thinks she's doing. Let them say what they want to say. Let them say what they want to say. Let them do what they want to do. At the end of the day, if you're happy with you, then that's it. But you can't keep doing what pleases other people at the expense of your happiness. It just doesn't make sense, my darling. It doesn't make sense. Okay? So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.